Hard streaming. Alright. Alright, so. Game 2. Yep. Well, that's very fun for my internet to all of a sudden disconnect itself from reality. That's always fun. Very. That is the 8th of August. It was a bit startling, but it happens. My internet is not exactly the best where I'm at. I don't. After the matchup, it is the map, Neo-Humanity. And then the game number, game 2. Let's go pretty consistent with my naming scheme. Alright, Classic versus DRG. It would be game 1. Nope. It's name, date, matchup, CVP, Classic versus. Alright, boys, we're cutting that short. So we're going into Classic versus Gumiho. Game 1. Let's go ahead and make sure I'm actually streaming. Yep, there we go. It's working. Now let's wait for this to start. And it is going to start. Ooh. Dark versus Future, and it was a 2-0 in favor of, I'm guessing, Dark. So, I mean, as much respect as I have for Future, he does have this tendency to be extremely aggressive, and when you're trying to be aggressive against a man who's aggressive himself, that's kind of rough. But we don't have a Terran here. Wait, we do have a Terran here. We don't have a Zerg here. But down here in the bottom left of Royal Blood, it is going to be Classic. And up here in the top right of Royal Blood, it is going to be Gumiho. Or Gumibro. The man, the myth, legend. The man who managed to make a series much closer than it. Make a series very close against Serral. The man who 3-0'd Solar, which I'm still wondering how he mystically managed to do that. But he's going up against Classic. Now, Classic has demonstrated that his PvZ and PvP are absolutely solid and not going to move. But his PvT, I mean, he did take down Bjorn, a world champion of 2015. He's taken down world champions. We'll see what happens between him and Gumiho here, as it is going to be a Reaper Scout out of Gumiho. Is SCV going to go for a little chase on this probe? It is going to be a scout denial out of Gumiho before even the natural. It's going to be a fast factory, going to be a double gas. He's going to have pulled out of this gas entirely. What's happening? It is going to be an adept here for Classic, and it looks like Gumiho's going to be taking his natural, so I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be a weird game with an all-in. I mean, the setup was very similar to that until I saw the gas was pulled it completely out of. It is going to be a mine started here on the factory. So what's going to happen here? Supply depot starts up in the back. 2 Marines up on the barracks. So Reaper going to be coming in for a scouty scout. Gonna be walking around. Looks like he's gonna try to scout for this adept. This adept shades in is gonna be able to see that it is a mine first out of Gumio. Starport coming down. Second mine starting up. This mine, it looks like it's gonna be able to get started. Oh my god. Already an adept is going to be dying here, but the second one will get out, having done a lot of damage here. It is going to be Phoenix first, and I think we're going for a Phoenix Colossus. I can definitely talk, folks. No need to worry about my sanity. Definitely, yeah, I'm totally having, definitely. Not having a attack of a lack of brain cells. Orbital coming up in the natural. Reaper going to be trying to get out of here, but these 2 adepts are going to chase after it. Now, normally, having 2 women chasing after you is a teenager's dream. Having two women with laser frisbees that want to kill you, however, I don't think that's a teenager's dream unless kids are a little more into the weird stuff these days than I originally thought. These adepts gonna be shading, gonna be checking out over here, gonna be seeing if that nothing is happening over here, and it's gonna be shading towards over here. It's gonna see these 2 Marines coming over across the map. Gonna be suspecting something. Stalker starts up. This Reaper is gonna be able to catch some damage here. And it's a mine drop behind all of this. Gumio being a very, very cheeky man. And he's going to catch... Oh my god. Robo comes down and Immortal started up this fight. Going to be cleaned up by Gumio, by these Phoenix. 5 workers go down. And it evens up the worker count between the 2 of them. But Classic is still going to be maintain a 1 worker lead, which is relatively, I think it's relatively insignificant. I might be completely off my rocker about that. And Immortal starts up, this battery stays alive, and the Robo Bay is finished up. 3 Phoenix on the field, keeping Classic here very safe. Already we have a fairly large ball here, going to be Cyclone Viking, and these Phoenix are going to scout it here. They're going to have to pull back for the time being. These Stalkers also going to be pulling back here. The 2 Immortals running back, and the third Nexus going up here, and it is going to be a Colossus here. Gumio isn't going to take his foot off the pedal though. It's going to be looking to catch this third as it's forming up here. Going to try to get the damage done on this third. And he is going to aim at this... Ooh. Already a... that is very bad for Gumio, I think. He is going to make the most of this situation, though. Going to be able to catch a Phoenix. Going to be able to kill a Sentry here. Despite a force field coming down, more Marines coming across the map. 2 Cyclones, 2 Vikings still standing strong behind this. It is going to be a Raven of Marines and a Siege Tank. 2 more barracks coming up. Third floating out, and the Siege Tank sieges up, and it keeps Gumio safe. The vision is going to be pretty nice on this side for Classic, and these Phoenix definitely going to keep him safe. Another Phoenix starts up, and Colossus range going to be right there to keep him give him the edge he needs to really keep up his game. Not keep up in this game with Gumio. Now, the Vulture is a highly versatile unit in the Protoss versus Terran matchup. You know, just when you think you're safe against the attack at the front, all of a sudden your mineral line's getting harassed, and it's a turret. You know, at the front, you think you have all you need in one Colossus. All of a sudden, an interference matrix comes down, and you thought you had a Colossus. Is Phoenix going to be camping out over here over to the side? This Marine is going to be coming over here to scout for a fourth. And these Phoenix are going to walk in, they're going to find the Cyclone, but they're going to be able to come out of there without any hull damage. This Phoenix scouting around, going to find this Marine. They're going to be able to kill a blind at least one part of the map to Gumio. And it is more vision for Gumio over here, who has definitely good sight on the middle of the map. He's going to roll in here, going to be able to scout that it is a move out from Gumio. Going to see the Raven as well. And the Phoenix are going to come around here, going to try to pick up any reinforcements. Now, Phoenix do deal pretty well with Vikings when they are not microed. But when microed, Vikings just dominate in that particular matchup. Four Colossi coming for 4 Colossi on the map for Classic, which is really going to help against that Marine heavy bio, but this missile turret is really going to cause some damage. Now, two interference matrix is going to really nullify 2 of them, but it isn't going to cause enough of a damage to slow him down. These Phoenix are going to be coming across the map. If they could hop on these, that would be really bad for Gumio, but he might be able to drop it just in time. Phoenix is going to catch these, and they're going to drop the siege tanks before they can really die. And Phoenix is the Phoenix kind of going to be reduced by 2 for his favor, and 1 Viking goes down. I think the Raven died there. Yeah, the Raven died there. Units. Yep. The Raven died. So this Cyclone's going to be coming around to the side of the map, going to find that Classic took the gold base. Probably going to try to get some harassment done on these probes. Going to also find that there is a pylon over there scouting for anything of the sort. The army's going to reposition over here. These 2 are going to be cornered over here, and they're going to get picked off by these Phoenix. And let's see what's going on here. It's more bio from Gumio, and it's going to be blink +2 and +1 over here for Classic, who does have a War Prism to be able to reinforce at the front, who's going to be able to secure this gold, which is going to offer him a massive boost to his economy. Now, I feel like there are 2 golds on this map. Yeah, there are 2 golds on this map. Gumio going to be starting up a... Going to be starting up one of these. Going to be scouting out 4th over here, coming down. Massive massive base that I'm missing, massive fight that I'm missing that's going on over here. The Viking count is massive. Problem is it enough to really kill these Colossi before they are able to get the damage they are able to get done? And it looks like it is. Oh, nope, never mind. It has just been reduced, and it is going to be Classic taking game number 1 as those Vikings fall, the bases fall, everything just falls around Gumio, and he's forced to tap out of game number 1 in this best of 3. Yeah, that is an absolute... Oh. Right. Accept. And it is going to be a party being made here. Gonna have to accept that. Waiting on party 4 of 8. Alright. Now, rename. It's going to be Bresvin. Game 1. Alright. Classic versus Gumiho Game 2. It is the semifinals. You know, being an absolute freaking legend. I love that guy. He is absolutely insanely good at what he does. He's so organized, so well set up, and he really helps keep us on task. I've been forgetting about this. But, on Ancient Cistern. Down here in the bottom left is Classic. And up here in the top right, it is Gumiho. Not really much shaking down here in the beginning of the game. It is going to be a standard opener from both players. And we're just going to chill out over here, looking at Classic's main base. Classic suspecting a proxy out of Gumiho. It doesn't look like Gumiho's in any hurry to start proxying. Looks like it's going to be a Reaper, judging by the rally point. And the Reaper wall is going to be over here at the mineral line. The Reaper wall over here is really awkward because it's basically this entire joint, I think. This probe going to be checking out what's going on the other side of the map. Where is it headed? It is attack moved over here. Depot going to be raised, and this probe going to slow down this command center by a bit. Might give its life. Nope, it won't. It will live for the time being. This Reaper coming out very shortly here. Going to be rallied over here. Going to be checking for proxies from Classic. Both these players suspecting proxies from the other, but neither is proxying. It is going to be an adept opener out of Classic. And it is going to be rallied over here towards the Reaper ledge. A second adept comes up. I think we're going to see a Stargate. Oh, no, it's a Twilight. Twilight. This Zilla is gonna run up here. Is gonna. What the? Now, that's a Stalker. Now, I'm not sure if Classic's going for... Oh, he's going for Blink. And he's going for gold here. Gonna be a Hellion popping out for Gumiho here. And this Hellion is going to be trying to get some damage on these. And it looks like he is going to lose both an Adept and a Zealot for free there. Going to put some damage on the Marines, going to put some damage on the Hellion. that can be repaired. Gumio's Reaper's still scouting around, trying to make sure there isn't anything weird going on for Classic. But it's just calmly probing up his natural. More Stalkers coming out. Blink is mostly finished. 3/4 of the way done. A pylon over here to check for drops. And as a matter of fact, a mine drop is going to be coming out over here. And Gumio aggroing that depth with his Reaper. And he is going to lose it. He's going to put some damage on that Adept, which is going to again be harassed by the Hero Adept, dude. That took down a Reaper, a Hellion, and almost took down 2 Marines, and survived all of that. And only died on the last shot, taking... Oh my god, that's gotta suck. More Marines, more siege tanks coming out for Gumio. Stim is mostly finished over here towards the inner of the base, tucked away so that Gumio can't snipe it, or that Classic can't snipe it. So Marine's going to be coming across, and it's a 4-gate blink, so I don't know how good this is going to be. 1 tank already sieged up, another popping, and what happens in the next minute is going to determine who wins in the game, I think. Enough feedback enough energy for a feedback on this High Templar, which would be pretty sick on this medevac. Oh my god. That's gotta feel good. That medevac not going to be able to ferry out these Marines. 13, wow. 13 workers coming down, and I think that was a recall from the encroaching position back to the main base. And these 2 tanks and those few Marines are really going to set up in the middle here. Looks like they're going to go back home, and the medevac is going to pick them up and ferry them back across. Archon's being formed. Storm is almost finished. And the 3rd is up for Classic. Who Command Center coming up, almost finished for Gumio. And a Ghost Academy being finished up here. +1 weapons almost finished. This Drin here going to see that it is in fact a Bioforce standing there and 2 tanks. With Charge finished up here, one wonders what is going to happen in the next few minutes. It's going to be explosive, I bet, because there is 8 gateways here. Another Warp Prism coming in. Or just, no, it's the first Warp Prism. Never mind. The first Warp Prism coming in. And these charge outs going to have a finished up charge. But a not unformidable Bio Ball is going to be over here guarding the 3rd. But with Storm finished up, I feel like that's really gonna change. The numbers are gonna change with Storm. Combat Shield's being finished up, which means Storm is gonna all of a sudden that Stim isn't gonna have deal as much damage to the forces initially thought, and now it's gonna be a Storm drop. Charge Zealots, Stalkers, Archon are gonna be walking out over here. Meanwhile, the forces over here towards the middle going to be expecting the force going to be coming over here, but leave a Marine there to scout for it. And it looks like this army's going to rotate over here, and it's going to get scouted. But this isn't going to get scouted. It's going to run it. It's going to see a turret. That's a Storm that killed 2 Marines. It isn't going to deal all the damage that Gumio wanted it to. But it does keep Gumio's attention over there while he does pick off a Marauder over here. So far, pretty good trade for Classic. But he is going to have to go home with his army to regroup. Gumio already taken the army lead. Similar worker counts for both players. And Gumio still not trusting that Classic hasn't fully gone home yet. He is going to scan. He is going to scout that the third has finished up here. And it looks like he is going to encroach on the other side of the map. Double Robo. Where did that happen? Double Robo facility just come up in the natural. Then we rallied over here towards the third. Oh, it was a mine. That really stopped that. Gumio pulling even further ahead. Workers, 6 workers again. It's 3 Marines going to be moving forward. Going to change their mind and go back to join the rest of the army. And force gathers up here for Gumio. And that is a very out of position. That is a very well positioned probe for that. Gumio's going to have to pull back for the time being. As we see a massive charge it completely. But he is going to see that there's 2 zealots over there, at least. Now, whether or not he suspects that it is, in fact, just a scouting group, this is going to make it difficult, though. These 2 storms landed. It's absolutely beautiful storms. The TIE Templar are absolutely proving their worth. Killing these siege tanks. All of a sudden, Gumio's hold on this position is really weak. This Colossus is going to be able to take out all of that. These Blade Stalkers are going to blink forward, going to catch this army. Gumio is going to turn around briefly to snipe the observer, but a charge out run by on the other side is going to provide massive damage. 23 workers going down. He's going to split up those. Going to be able to catch even more of Gumio's stuff over here. And that is going to be an absolutely favorable trade for the Classic over here, who is now pulling ahead workers for the first time in this game by about 60 workers to 53. And one zealot, brave zealot, standing over here still doing damage to this. Or to this command center. These 3 zealots going to hang out over here. Gumio is going to be able to scout around for it, but they're not going to quite find him. And these zealots live for the time being. This command center already having taken a lot of damage. More zealots gathering up over here. It's going to be a very close game here. But I think this, with Classic pulling ahead in the macro, it's going to be very tough. He did lose a third, while Gumio still kept his alive. And he does have a Classic does have a 4th, and it is that concussive shell is good. So, these zealots gonna pull back for the time being. This one zealot's gonna provide vision over here, and those 3 hero zealots, I only see 2 of them in this group. Where are the rest of them? Oh, there he is. There's Chadicus. The rest of these zealots are going to reposition over here. These zealots are going to run into the vanguard of Gumio's army. They're going to push forward. They're going to catch one of these. It looks like they were going to catch one of them anyway. He attempts to go down on those High Templar, but the War Prison picks him up in time. And these disruptor shots are going to force Gumio back across the map even further. He is going to catch one of his own in there, and he is going to clip Gumio's army with a Disruptor Nova. These few zealots are going to run in, going to provide some worth on their own, going to really cause some damage, but is that's 4 orbitals. Already a 5th base coming out for Gumio, and a small force is going to be positioned over here. This observer is going to scout it. This army is going to rotate over here, going to catch it off guard, and he's got to scout ahead. He's going to realize that Gumio, in fact, prepared for this. Splash is going to deal more damage to Gumio than it is to Classic, and his army is being chased across the map, but but this army is positioning over here to go for a massive run by, but he is going to pull back for the time being. All the force is going to be pushed back to Gumio's side of the map. 5 bases to 4 bases all of a sudden is starting to look kind of favorable in the macro for Gumio, but it is still worker lead for Classic, 67 to 73. Army lead for Gumio though, 133 to Classic's 116. And it looks like Classic is going to be taking his fifth over here. His Stalker's being positioned pretty aggressively on the side here. Army going to push him back for the time being. Classic getting the scouting and the positioning over here. Oh my god, that is really bad. So the storm goes down, and all the possibility of storming dies with that War Prism. And a Disruptor Nova is going to clip a Marauder, going to get some worth out of that. Two more Disruptors on the two more Disruptors in the path. All these probes are hiding over here, trying to make sure that Gumio doesn't really scout it. The scan goes down over here, not really going to see much, but the what? A supply depot block on Gumiho's 6th. A supply depot block on Classic's 6th. And it is going to be another massive fight over here as this army engages in the middle of the map. Classic going to be able to going to lose a few Disruptor Novas before they can actually finish up, and that's going to be very rough for Classic here. But he's going to push forward. Four of them. A storm goes down. It is going to be absolutely worth it too. Several SCVs being pulled into it is going to be very rough for all of these guys, so for all of these bio units to really provide their worth. And Classic is going to take game number 2 in a very convincing style as we go on to the finals. I think that's finals. Yep, that is finals between Classic and the winner of Dark and Ragnarok. I think might be Future and Ragnarok. Is Future still here? No, it was Dark who won that 2-0. There's a lot of 2-0s here. Gumio versus Strat going to be a 2-1. Classic versus Gumio going to be a 2-0 in favor of Classic. And I don't know what's happening between Dark and Ragnarok. Dark joins the party. Now, who... I'm guessing Dark won that between him and Ragnarok. Well. We're going to hop into vetoes. Classic already starting off with vetoing altitude, which I really don't blame him. It is a very open map, and Zerg could very well overwhelm him on altitude. There's also the map where it's most expected to go Stargate. Not enough booze in bio. It is the final, so apparently Dark beat Ragnarok in their games. I am going to go get a drink of water, and we will be right back to cast the finals. It is going to be a best of 5 between Dark and Classic. The two kings of the matchup. Let's see we'll see what shakes between these two. All right. So we are going to be going into oh my god, poison ivy is an absolute bummer to deal with. Driving me insane with how itchy it is. Let me just go ahead and Control C that. Cancel. Rename, Control V. Let me just replace that with Dragon Scales. Game 2. Yeah, to really get rid of poison ivy, you definitely have to slough off a layer of skin. Right? You know, while you're trying to slough it off, it drives you crazy with just how itchy it is. So we hop into this game 1 between Classic and Dark. These two have gone up against each other in the past in the finals of a KSL. Dark getting the better of Classic in a very close series. It is going to be started on Babylon here. And we get to see what happens between these two. Classic up here, Dark up here in the top left of Babylon, representing Dragon Kaizi Gaming. It is going to be a drone first, and then he starts his Overlord. Yep, it's going to be starting off pretty standard here. It is going to be a 13 pylon out of Classic, and we get right into it. Let me go ahead and actually. There we go. So up into this is going to be, again, very standard opener from both players. Dark looking to take his natural. Starts up 2 more drones, each one rallied to where he wants it to be. And Classic going to be coming up in here for a scout. Going to see that it is in fact a hatch gas pool out of Dark. So Overlord going to be coming across the map. It is going to be a Nexus before car. Probe going to be a little cheeky over here. Going to try to deny some mining to a few mineral patches. Dark is going to be completely unperturbed by this and absolutely micro like a boss. Lings on the way, Ling speed, Cybercore finishing up, and Adept being chronoed out. And up in the main here, it is a Stargate. Queen's already 3/4 of the way done. And Ling speed is about a little less than halfway finished. So Adept going to be positioning over here at the front of the natural, another Adept following behind that. And we'll see what Classic starts off with from the Stargate. Will we see a Void Ray? Will we see an Oracle? Kind of eager to see. These two links going to be looking around the map, going to be checking for proxies. And this Adept is going to slip on through. These links immediately going to be checking out what's going on. And that is going to be a very nice sport trick out of Dark. And from the Stargate, we see Void Ray first. This Adept gonna get caught by these things and it's gonna go down. Second Adept stays home, and the second gateway starts up. These guys are always so precise in how much they exactly queue up. An Oracle starts up behind it. Void Ray gonna be scouting around, checking around for overlords. So Link is gonna be keeping an eye on the thirds. Gonna try to make sure Classic doesn't really get a free ticket to his third. Gonna poke in over here, gonna see that it is in fact an Adept guarding that natural. He is gonna saturate the gases rather early. I think we're gonna see a fleet beacon here and another Stargate. As we get up into 300 gas, I think we're gonna see we're gonna see double Stargate carrier here. More Lings on the way for Dark, who's starting a Baneling nest. Interesting decision from Dark here. I have no idea how it's gonna work out. Wonder if he's trying to bust Classic before he's able to get out a single carrier. And the fleet beacon takes about 46 seconds to really form up. Snapping up here is going to be a revelation while this Oracle gets fended off. It's going to take a little bit of hull damage. But it is going to still be able to be active on the map after it refuels all its shields. A carrier starts up. Another starts up. And let the fires roll, folks, as 22 Link starts out for Dark. Dark has zero idea of what's going on, and this Void Ray is going to make sure he knows even less. He's not able to get up that ramp. He's not able to see what's going on. And as we look at Dark's point of view, he just sees this Oracle being annoying and is going to be making more Lings. 3 Queens starting up in the production tab, 14 more Lings. It is just mass Lings. Is this the unknown counter to the 2-3 base carrier? Well, we shall see. Right now, as it stands, it's a Queen walk. Dark going across the madman that he is going to be coming across with Queens. Well, Bailey's being started up and right outside Classic's natural and third. It's going to be them. It's going to be more Lings coming in from the side here. They're going to try to target down the bed. Going to try to target down, but he sees the carrier. And that's going to be rough for Dark to really defend against. He's going to try to defend against it with these Queens. These Banelings going to be rolling in. He's going to be able to kill this. Going to be able to avoid. Oh my God! A clutch force field saves him from being invaded. He is going to poke in immediately as it fails. This carrier going to be able to help take care of all of this, but Dark just doesn't seem to care. Already back at the main base, he's going to be queuing up more Lings, more Banelings, more Queens. He's going to be walking them across the entire map. Going to be trying to catch as many as he can. Classic desperately trying to hang on. Desperate, wild oversaturation in the natural. As a Ling slid into his main. More things coming in here at the being warped in over here at the third, and these carriers are going to help him hold on for the time being. More Queens, more Lings. It just doesn't look like the Ling printer, the Queen printers are ending. It looks like Dark's win position from here is going to be able to get up try to get up a layer, going to try to keep up with these Ling backstabs, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do much. No forge for Classic, so he isn't going to be able to invest much in static defense. He's going to try to re-wall here with the pylon and the gateway. Going to try to re-wall with another gateway. And these things are going to pull back for the time being. Classic pulling ahead in army supply. Going to be only having a 1 worker lead and it falls behind. So our carrier's gonna push across the map. More queens, more spores. There's just nothing that Dark doesn't do that isn't gonna be effective against these. These Oracle and Voidbreak going to be poking across here, going to be keeping an eye on what's going on. More carriers popping out. More. As the spider comes down, more gases coming down, more queens coming out, more drones. And it is just not going well to start off with for Dark, but he is making the best of a very bad start. His Link's going to come in there and try to deal some damage to these probes, but they are not going to be able to catch a single one. The battery saving each and every one of them. But across the map, we are seeing three drones coming down. This Queen's going to be repositioning to defend them, as these carriers just reposition down here to deal some damage to these, to try to kill these. Going to try to get some, defense going. 9 workers, 10 workers. And with the excellent micro coming out of Classic, he's going to get 12 workers and not a single carrier lost. All of a sudden, these links over here on the side of the map are going to start losing efficacy towards this game. As Blink is coming along and Classic is supply blocked. Not for long, though, as he does have a pylon going up in the natural, going to be adding more power to this. As these lings are dying to these carriers, Lenny looks down from the high heavens and wonders, why can't my descendants leap up and show on their ships as I was able to? These Archons going to be for these High Templar for the time being, as Storm is on the way. So Link's going to be looking to reposition here. Going to try to get some scouting done. Going to see Stalkers over here. Got to suspect there's a Blink follow-up. Going to try to get a cancel on this fourth. Going to be able to get the cancel on both the fourth and the pylon here. And Classic is just in a ball of trouble here. Or maybe not so much of a ball of trouble. More Corruptors coming out for a Dark. A bunch of queens. 10 queens. Is that 10 queens? 4, 8, 12. Heck, I have a unit stat for this. 14 queens. 4 Dark here. Classic is gonna be coming over here to defend his fourth as Dark comes in to try to get a cancel on it. A bunch of Stalkers come out over here. More Zealots, more carriers, more upgrades. It is just more with Classic here in this game 1 of the finals. As he takes the army lead, he doesn't take a worker lead. Dark is still up 6 workers. And how many Corruptors have we got? It is going to be 15 Corruptors coming out, 16 plus 5 more on the way. Is that 16 plus 6 more on the way? It's going to be 22 of those, and it just feels like that is this build. Every Zerg does the same thing, but it always seems to not work. As more Stalkers are coming out, more carriers, fewer Stalkers, more Storms. It is going to be Sky Toss, my boys. The Spain run by going to try to get some damage done here, but with the Sentry here, I don't think it's going to be able to catch that much. Ouch. Going to be losing 4 workers here, which isn't terribly much, considering. I think it's going to reposition over here. Corruptor's going to position over here. Classic going to be positioned over here. And it is going to be a position war. Stalker's going to blink forward. Going to get some damage done on those Corruptors. And I think all of them stayed alive there. I don't think one of them got lost here. One of them does get lost in that fight. Banelings try to roll in. They depower this gateway again. That gateway just can't catch a break here. As another pylon starts up in the exact same position. How many times do you think Dark is going to bash Banes into that before Classic reinforces it with 2? I don't know. But I think Classic is pretty content here to be sitting with this one pylon over here. Nice wall. It's a nice, comfortable wall off. Classic can just warp in if Lings try to run in. Now over here we have a bunch of queens, a bunch of corruptors, and a few Lings versus Sky Toss with a bunch of Archons. These corruptors going to be trying to come in here. He's hoping the light doesn't really affect them too much. I think they've really been taught to. Oh my God, those storms! The storms are good. The storms are strong. The storms will prevail here, but for how long? As these are coming down, this High Templar are derping forward. Is Classic not able to make the same magic work on map 1 of the finals against Dark. Dark is going to catch a bunch of these corruptors. He's going to kill all the corruptors. 4 more start up for Dark. 11 roaches. 7 start up, and 4 more. Meanwhile, on Classic side, he's queuing up 2 more carriers and plus 2 air weapons here. As we see that it is going to be these stalkers pushing forward here. They're going to try to get this queen, and they do get the queen, they blink away. And they get a Ling for their troubles. But the final boss is knocking. Classic is going to come in here and Dark is going to come in here and let his corruptors unload their bladders all over that. And a bunch of Lings are going to get caught, a few Lings are going to get caught in a stasis ward over here. And Storm is going to be the name of the game here. More Banelings being formed, more roaches, more corruptors having say over the power, over the field of battle. Storm's coming in. The Storms are the Banelings are good, and oh my God, there's a flank here. This is going to be a very rough hold if Classic manages 5th, and Dark's army is right here just to get that cancel. He is going to get. It looks like he is going to get that cancel. Is Classic? Yep, Classic is going to get the cancel the Nexus, but not going to cancel. But Dark's not going to be able to get a cancel on that pylon. Ling's repositioning over here. It's going to be a massive Ling Roach attack over here on the 4th on Classic's 4th. Is there going to be a recall here available? No, recall is on cooldown, so it's going to be a very slow reposition here. This corruptor is going to be positioning over here. Going to be running into a cannon wall. So long as it's going to come in here, going to try to get some damage done on that 4th. Is going to be a cancel. Going to catch a probe for his trouble. It's going to be 12 probes coming down. More probes, 15 probes. Going to try to get a force field over there, but it does not contain the slippery Zerg. 17 minutes into the game, we already have ultras coming in. We have +3 attack, plus chitinous plating. We have +2 carapace. We have ultra speed, and the army supply is starting to close, but the worker supply is heavily favoring Dark. 82 to 51 here, so I feel like in the end, if Dark can just trade and just deal damage, he will be able to pull ahead in this particular game. It's going to be a split off. Some Lings going over to the going to the 3rd. Some Lings going to the natural. And I don't. So it's going to slide right on in, and. Is this +1 going to finish? I think it is going to finish before it gets taken down. And is going to be Classic being overrun over here at his own base. It's going to be a base trade over here. Lings with the Adrenal being absolutely effective at base trading. I don't think it's something that Classic could do. I think he recall is off cooldown. So if Dark starts sliding into the main, he can recall to be able to defend this. But it looks like Dark isn't in any hurry. He's going to start urinating all over that Nexus. He's going to cancel it. But as everything comes in, these oh, there's a recall over at the natural. And over at the front over here, Classic is definitely taking Dark's base to a whole new level of doomed. Dark is forced to cancel that. Up in the main is all mined out. Some Ultralists just derping around over here. And that is a carrier force that to be reckoned with. As the army supply seems to favor Classic, but he has 0 workers. And as it stands, his Nexus is being damaged. He has no money for another one. Dark's won it, guys. I think Dark has taken this game and with a massive army supply, but no anti-air? Where is this? He doesn't have any anti-air, so Classic is going to be able to take him down with these carriers. And did he snipe down the Spire? Boys, he didn't snipe down the Spire, but it doesn't look like Dark has the money for a Corruptor. It's up to this army of Classic to be able to take this game from Dark here. Speed of these Ultras being able to afford them a better repositioning of capabilities. Be able to blink back in time. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to do Storms on the Lings. It's going to be absolutely perfect. But the carriers reign supreme, uncontested in the skies, as this army of Dark is going to be able to come in here. So these Stalkers going to be repositioning here. These Nexus, no minerals for Classic, nothing else for Classic. He is unable to rebuild only with this and his natural. I think this entire main base is going to be forfeit over here. Classic is going to be forced into a base trade. But it's not a base trade. He's going to be able to win. He's going to try to pull back, going to try to defend what he has. These Ultras going to be putting down damage on these assimilators. And as these Ultras going to be taken down. So carriers have been coming back over here, but these Stalkers are dead. They're going to get a surround, and that is a very close win for Dark in this game 1 and this best of 5. As we move into game 2. Oh my god. Dark is pretty eager to get this party started here. And we are going to slide right into game 2. Now, I remember Dark taking out Creator in a similar fashion in the IM Katowice. And it was a very emotional time, and it was the final map, too. But it looks like the excitement is going to start on game 1. So we hop right into game 2. I'm actually gonna... And down here in the bottom left, it is going to be Dark, representing Dragon Kaiser Gaming. And up here in the top right, it is going to be Classic, the blue Protoss probes. And it is going to be standard hatch gas pool out of Dark. It'll be again another standard opener out of Classic. Probably going to be a Nexus for 4 core. Oh my god. It's going to be pretty hard to match here. If they do manage to match it, That's going to be a tall order indeed. If they manage to match each series, if they match each game in this series as much as game one, boys, I think we're in for a in the finals of the KSL. So, what have we got here? We got Link Speed going to be started here pretty soon for Dark. And up here for Classic, it is going to be another Stargate opener and an Adept being chronoed out. A bunch of lag happening here. Oops. There are definitely 10 oh, well, yeah. Lenny looks down on this descendant and thinks, this is the progeny that I'm proud of. If he gets that probe, I will be so amazed. He gets the probe! Oh my god, that is amazing. But on the other side of the map is 2 drones going down. So I suppose tit for tat in this particular scenario. This thing is going to be hunted to extinction, though, as this Adept cruelly murders it. Was it truly the enemy of that? It was very much the enemy of that Zergling. There's 2 Overlords going to be hanging out over here. It is going to be a Oracle first out of Classic. No Void Ray. And a second Oracle. I think he's going to try to go Blink for this one. These 2 Queens perfectly positioned in the area to intercept these Oracles. And that is going to be a finishing up shade that I'm not sure that was intentional. And this shade is going to come in here. It's going to be a cancel. It's going to be right there. These Adepts going to be in a perfect position to defend against these Lings. And they're going to shade in over here, but cancel the shade. These Lings are going to run back over here, going to try to get more damage done. But they're going to pull back for the time being. These Queens, Brenda, mad as heck at being slaughtered in the previous game, is going to walk across the map. Brenda's Revenge. This time it is not going to be a carrier follow-up. It is going to be gateways coming in. Classic is going to see this, so it's going to go something. Looks like he's pretty content here to place that there. Brenda's going to be coming in. Going to be really doing. Going to put some. Put a little disappointment into that soup sandwich that that Oracle really had from drinking the previous night. Queen's knocking on your front door. That's awesome in real life, but not good if you're in a Starcraft game. So Super Battery is going to be targeted down. Several Adepts going to be coming in here. These Oracles going to be providing a lot of vital damage. One going down already for Classic, and another battery coming in, and it is going to be another completed wall off, as this is even more. This Cyber Core going to be targeted down, as it is yet again a completed wall off. More Adepts coming in here from behind. It's going to be warping back in here. So Shield Battery being warped in for the 3rd time, very reminiscent of Hero vs. Clem in the Warty Finals. But what exactly is going on? It is just more Lings. It is just excellent Ling energy from Dark here in this game 2 of the finals. Just looking at it, I feel like if these Queens are the linchpin to Dark's plan. If these Queens go down, this is held. But it looks like he's going to go back with those Queens. But these Oracles are going to catch these Queens and kill them. Cruelly. Because, you know, those Queens never did no one any harm. Banelight's going to be formed here, going to be walked in here. But Dark Classic is killing his own... As soon as he sees this, he's probably going to stop killing. Yep, there we go. Oh my god. Oh! The Banelings come in, they bust down 5 buildings for the price of about 6 Banelings. Already classic pre-splitting those probes. Going to be looking forward to a lot of damage. Coming here, British probes being brought to Dicktown. These Stalkers got to be warped in to try to fend off those Banelings. More Lings being dealt with. And it is going to just be more things just going down for classic. It's 2 Lings, already hero units worthy. And they're going to kill 19 workers. Already, classic still has 37 workers. I feel like he could still pull back in this game. It is still a game that Dark could very well have a very difficult fight in. A nice surround by these Lings. It's going to catch a lot of this stuff, and it is going to provide a lot of damage. This is going to be a force that is forced to pull back, and the army supply is now favoring Classic in this. Let's see what shakes, boys. 4 oracles, a bunch of zealots, a few deaths, some sentry, 3 stalkers, and a roach warren comes down for Dark. Baneling deaths already finishing up, a layer being built. More Lings being built here. Oh, not more Lings, more drones, more queens. And drones coming down over here. These oracles really putting in their weight's worth of gold. But they run out of energy. They're not able to really put any damage on those drones at the 3rd. They're just going to hang out over here. These queens, of course, going to be, moving forward, going to be kind of miffed that their sisters got killed by those oracles. Going to get revenge on one of them. But will it be enough? Blink already almost finished here. +1 started up. Link's going to be out here for some scouting. Going to try to catch a few of these probes as they transferred over to the 3rd base. Worker counts evened up, which is something I did not expect to see for this game. I thought that was game-ending damage, but Dark was apparently doing that off of a relatively even drone count to relatively even worker count. These things going to come in here, going to try to come for a run by, but an army well positioned here, going to for Classic, going to push that away for the time being. This Overlord is slowly backing away from this. He is not certain. He is certain he doesn't want any of that stuff. Blink finished up for Classic, means that he is going to be able to afford a greater maneuverability in these Stalkers. These Lings already being positioned down here. If he's going to try to go over here to hide it, and then he's going to strike. Now, I wonder if Classic's going to try to abuse this ledge with those Stalkers. It's going to be a workers' army split out of Dark. So perfect. So well practiced. You know he has had to do it several times before. And, well, more Stalkers. Charge on the way. A Robo. A Twilight, or not Twilight, a Templar Archives. And a worker transfer later. And we're in a macro game, boys. 4th base is being relatively evenly saturated for both people. Okay, 4th base is somehow earlier for Classic. This Overseer going to see everything that's going on, going to see that it is in fact a storm transition, and is going to start Hydralisks. I think +2 started up, charge finishing up, +1 missile attacks is going to be finishing up for Dark. 3 oracles going to be moving across the map, going to be seeing exactly what's going on, but 2 queens in the middle of the open. No transfuse energy. Those queens could very well become victims of those oracles. With infestors coming out, Dark has a pretty solid hold in this game. Pretty cool skin for Dark. Efficacious than just 1. I think that word means what I think it means. I do not think that word means what you think it means. Well, still, 4 queens are going to be more effective than just a few. Ling run by over here queued up. And a stalker over here is going to stop it from running into the natural directly. And a stalker over here is going to stop it from running over here into the third. And a sentry over here is going to be able to provide a buffer between them and banelings. Meanwhile, over here, the army is posturing forward, going to be picking off a bunch of queens, going to get a cancel on this 5th base. And you're going to kill the drone that was next to it. More stalkers, more storm, more energy. As Classic is rocketing in here. The Ling run by over here on the 3rd is going to try to get a snipe on this Cyber Core. If he gets that, that could be huge. Could be. And it looks like he is going to get it. There's army posturing at the front, though. It is terrifying. The storm comes down on those roaches. And it forces a recall out of Classic. Meaning that at the front here, Classic is going to have to pull back unless he loses his entire army to a surround. Sling run by really pulling Dark out of the fire. But this gold base being here for Classic and the defense being positioned perfectly means that Classic can pull ahead in the worker count. Already 6th base and a 7th base coming up for Dark. Looks like they're going to become the 5th and it looks like they're going to become the 5th and the 6th here. Beautiful feedback on a Infestor is going to kill it outright. Full energy on one of these means that a feedback will kill it. Nidus Worm coming up in the main, and recalls on cooldown, meaning that Dark is we're going to do something a little cheeky. And it is a lurker drop. There's a lurker Nidus. The second Nidus is going to be popping up here, going to be able to provide transportation out of the base. As soon as he gets the damage done that he wants done, he's going to power several of these gateways. Going to kill 3 of them, and he's going to run further in. So Mortal going to die here, but another Nidus ensures that these lurkers will have an escape route, regardless of what happens. +3 attack going to be canceled here, and holy smokes! All of a sudden, this is just really bad for Classic, who's going to get his Cyber Core sniped for a 3rd time in this game. But on the other side, less army means less defense, means he has a free access into the main. Drones are going to be pulled. These lurkers are going to try to come in, going to try to really provide some damage, but this observer over here is really going to pull their bacon out of the fire here. Splitting against the Ravager Bios, only 2 lurkers over here to really prevent, and only 3 lurkers over here, 2 more along the way, really to dissuade this Protoss army. And they have to pull back. Meanwhile, the main base is absolutely lost for Classic. Meaning that Classic is in a heap loads of trouble. This Nidus is really providing Dark with everything he needs. Over here, a few more Stalkers are going to be over here, but Ground Toss just doesn't fare too well against lurkers. These Lings are going to be coming in here, going to try to do some damage over here, I think. Or just set up over here for the time being, maybe form into Banelings a little later. So Roaches and Hydralisks. The Revelation is going to give them the space that they need, but the Storms are going to be providing a lot of damage. The Classic can push up into here. The choke point really working against him here, but it is not going to be what he wants it to be. Blink is going to allow him to create a concave over here, but he doesn't have enough. As these lurkers still stand strong against these stalkers, more storms here are available, but just a Nidus over here at the 3rd, and a lurker Gonna be taking a bit of damage, but not before the pylon but it's not killed before the pylon is depowered. The gold base is gonna. Wow, just the income is being cut down here for Classic, whose probes are gonna run right into Darkest the 6th. Now, I'm kind of surprised he didn't decide to A-move him, but, you know. All of the action is on Classic side of the map. As he holds on for the time being, Dark pulls back to recover for a little bit. A Cyber Core being rebuilt. But where? It is going to be over here in the middle line of the natural. It occurs to me now that base still, right, it was taken. Alright, so we're going to see a charge out run by right into the main here. Another Nidus Worm. This time Classic doesn't know about it. And that might just spell the doom for the Cyber Core. More Robos coming up, more Immortals coming out. And these are just going to deny more mining, cause more damage, and at this point, every mineral field is sacred for Classic. If he loses access to a lot of them, that's pretty much game over. As Dark here is mining off of one full base, partial of another, and a bit of another of his third. But these little damages, Classic is mining off of just these 12. He has lost 11 workers, and that is going to spell his end in Game 2 of the finals. It's going to bring Dark to game point. Going to bring Dark to match point here. Classic having to pull off a reverse sweep to be able to win this. But he's only going to have 2 gateways for production once these lurkers get through with it. And that's a dead one. And it is going to be Dark in the finals against Classic, taking game number 2 in Classic style. Now we see game number 3. Will Classic be able to pull off a reverse sweep? Or will we see a dominant Dark take down Classic? No match history being set here as per normal. Gonna be seeing about this third game here on Ancient Cistern, which, by all reports, was somewhat Protoss favored towards the beginning of the season, but as the games went on and the people started figuring out the map, it started evening out. The PVZ is starting to become a little more Zerg favored on this map. So we're going to see what shakes here. A very large map, very beneficial for macro. As we introduce our players here, down in the bottom left of Ancient Cistern, representing Dragon Kaizi Gaming, it is Dark. And up here in the top left, representing Twisted Minds in the Gamers 8 tournament, it is Classic. It is match point here, and the pressure is on Kryptonite here. He is going to get gonna slow down Dark's natural. Wouldn't that be a troll move if he, lured the probe out of range and then just walked in with another drone and just started it? Be kind of funny. But as we see a hatch gas pool coming out of Dark here, it is going to be nothing particular special for the start of this game. As probe guns go into this game. But I've casted so many games of him. in the KSL. And I've seen so many games of him in the Gamers 8 tournaments. In the Gamers 8 tournament, it felt like he had a really strong hold on what Protoss versus Zerg was. So we look here, is going to be a delayed gateway, which warp gate, which means it is going to be a Stargate opener. Starting up over here, he's going to pull out a gas, all except for one. So Ling's going to catch this probe, and the third starts up for Dark. First Adept is out, he's going to be able to contest for map control here. And these drones on this side of the map are just happily chilling, mining up some minerals. Going to be looking up at this random corner of the map because this Overlord seems content to head over to it. Now, I'm curious to see if Dark goes for an early lair to go for some roach or go for some Nidus play. And it seems Dark, or seems Classic, is worried about the same thing as he drops a pylon over here in the corner. So this Adept going to be over here. Of course, with link speed almost all the way done, it's going to be a very temporary map control for Classic for the time being. Second gateway starts up. An Oracle. Is it an Oracle first? It is an Oracle first, with the second Oracle on the way. I guess Classic really felt more confident with the Oracle on that side of things. It is going to be more. Gonna be more roach. Gonna be more spore crawlers in the mineral lines. He is gonna get 2 drones, but not before he has to pull back and sustain some heavy damage. So that Oracle, it might be able to come in for some more damage, but I don't think it's going to be able to. It's going to pull back to the other side of the map for the time being. Going to be mostly used for stasis wards and on the defense against Zerglings. He's going to provide high ground vision to that Stalker as it tries to take out that Overlord. Overlord's going to be safe for the time being, but a Phoenix is calling its days numbered. But it is rallied towards the Oracles, and it is going to be Nidus play. And he sees it. It's good that Phoenix has a job, folks. That Nidus worm can't go up. If it does, the Phoenix has failed its job. It will have failed this city. But Dark seems pretty content to go over here, just outside the natural of Classic, and is stuffing his queens into it. So I think he's gonna backwards creep spread. A lot of damage is already going to be put onto these at the start of the game, at the start of the fight. So this, I don't know what it is about Dark that just makes these things look so easy. Another Nidus over here building. It's filled with a bunch of Zerglings. Going to be putting some damage on this Cybernetics core. A bunch of Adepts going to be coming over here to shade in. But this finishes up. And that's a bunch of Lings, folks. That's a bunch of Lings that will cause utter... Alright, that was a little surprising. So, yeah, that was my hotspot. What the oh my god, Dark is just going for the most dirty way to win this game possible. As this Cyber Core is going to be going down, it is going to provide an issue for Classic here, who is building building a bulwark of shield batteries over here. More banelings being formed here. Iron has just been so spotty today. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Stalker's looking to put some damage down on these on these spine crawlers, which seem to just not die because of transfuses, and it just doesn't seem to end. The horror is just beginning for Classic here, as these spines are putting damage on this gateway. He's spreading creep. This is the most confusing way to spread creep I have ever seen. But it looks like with these Stalkers in an excellent choke point, Dark is going to be forced to pull back for the time being. More surface areas being applied to these Stalkers, and Super Battery was already used. It's on cooldown here, and Dark and Classic is going to be exposed while they're still going. These are going to definitely be holding off the Queen's backs as they move into this. He's now being forced here. It's going to really confuse things a bit. With both Blink finishing up, it is definitely going to be Classic who is going to have an advantage in holding this. But the advantage of 3 Nidus Worms. It is going to be Dark here, basically constantly applying pressure, but it seems like Classic is able to hold on for the time being here. Void Ray being formed here. I would not be surprised if Dark tried for a Nidus over here. As it stands at the front, more Lings are being pumped out. More Queens are over here, but the Stalker count is growing as well. Two gateways being formed up here in the main, or a forge being formed up here in the main. A gateway over here, a pylon over here, and a... Wait, where did I get... Oh, the one that the main finished. The one at the natural is just started. Transferring probe gets picked off. Probius making sad Probius noises. But a beautiful concave for Classic here, and the Blink is going to force him to... it's going to really allow him to macro out of this. A fourth being taken by Dark here, but this really favors Dark here, I think. Nope, it's still relatively even, but with the fourth coming up much faster for Dark, and no detection, as far as I know, no consistent detection. Besides the Oracle revelations, where are the Oracles? They went down. The Oracle's going down here. It is going to be... Looks like it is going to be a lot of map control for Dark here with this creep on Classic side of the map. It's going to be very hard to defend this, so he's going to have to bring a lot of his army over here. And that means a lot of this side of the map, a lot of this side of Classic side of the map is going to be very exposed. Is Void Ray going to get an eye on those Zerglings? And with cannon battery being built here, 2 pylons on either side to limit surface area. He could probably hit with a bunch of Lings and really put a cancel on that. I mean, it's a lot of Stalkers, and that's cannon battery. It's just 1 cannon and 1 battery. As opposed to the freaking bulwark over here. It's 4 batteries, 2 pylons. Even if you had Ravagers, you would not be able to dial that down. Ultralisk's on the way versus Classic. I really feel like Dark's just doing this for the entertainment value. He is going to target down these batteries. He is going to take down one, take down another. But these Blink Stalkers are going to push him back for the time being. These Stalkers are relatively insignificant up until you get them locked into a choke point. Then the Lings start to fall off. It is going to be a worker and army lead for Dark, a sufficient amount to really trade efficiently, and with a 5th and a 6th, with the 5th finishing up and a 6th on the way, a 6th finishing, is definitely going to favor Dark here, who loses a Stalker. And Classica's going to try to go for a backstab, but that does not look like a... That just does not look fun. Oh my god, and these Lings slide right into Classic's front door. Right up into his up into his business, and they burrow right there. Like, bruh. This army going to be repositioning over here, going to look to try to get some damage over here. Going to see the cannon battery, and is going to engage. You can see that the sheer damage output of these Zerglings is able to really put some hurt on Dark here, or really put some hurt on Classic. It's going to burrow those, but with detection, he's going to lose all of them. A bunch of infestors in the production tab tells us Dark is ready to take this to the next level. Still, Brenda and her 12 sisters, 15 sisters, 16 sisters, 21 sisters are going to really be able to keep these two Ultralisks alive. I think these are the most immortal Ultralisks that are currently sitting in the group right now. Neural Parasite being researched. I think we're going to see some neurals on these carriers. Do we have a Spire, though? Nope. Dark living the dangerous life. Gonna try to go without Spire for this one. Gonna spread out his army. Gonna try for some Ling backstabs. Gonna scout that these carriers are across the map, and there's a little opening for Classic to really get in here to do some damage. These Stalkers on one side, middle carriers up the middle. He's gonna pull back for the time being, but these Stalkers are gonna get a kill on that 5th. This is gonna become Dark's 5th, and as a Ultralisk is staring lovingly at that spine crawler, he is going to be called away. He's going to say, "Goodbye, my dear loved Spinecrawler," as he goes away to the battlefront to battle the heretic Protosses. Cannon and the mineral line going to keep Classic relatively safe against these Ling backstabs, but on the other side of things, there's more Lings over here. 6th space being taken up into the natural. The space hasn't quite been retaken yet. Creep gonna keep these keep these larvae alive, and I have to. Am I seeing this right? Dark's only air defense is Mass Queen. And it's actually going to push this army back. Bruh. It's going to get a few Stalkers, but this Ling run by Overdose this third is just absolutely insane. This Ling's looking to rotate. Stalkers are going to... These carriers are going to have to aim up to deal with it, but a safety cancel to prevent losing too much resources here is going to set Classic back a bit. And Classic has fallen far behind on the worker count, 47 to Dark's 82. And it's going to be Baneling speed being researched out of Dark, who just now starts Aspire. Casual 16. Oh my god, and they just slide right in again. Gonna get a kill on all of this, I think. Gonna get a cancel. Oh my god! All of a sudden, this has gotten so rough for Classic here. +2 being slowed down means that this is rough, and recall is not gonna be able to come down to fast enough to save the space. Ling's just working away at Classic. Dark just, with a man of absolute sheer commitment, focus, and will, we're destroying Classic in the Dark fashion that he's very well known for. But then again, you thought you had Archons, but nope. Excellent feedbacks are going to come down on these Vipers, but that's Microbial Shroud keeping these safe. And it is again going to push back Classic's army. Who are going to kill the... How often do you see that, guys? What the? Oh my god. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Classic losing the game, losing the series 3-0. But it is not without Dark and Classic. I can't understand this. Holy crap. Absolutely furiously well done by both players. Classic typing GG. And GG's this week. This was just an absolute charm to cast. I love this. And with that wrapping up the KSL, I think it's safe to say, well, it's wonderful casting this series, casting this tournament, and well, hope to see you all next time. Have a good one, drink some water, hug your family, and just generally have a good week.